Familiar and trusted faces on our television, and often it's from their mouths that we hear the big stories of our time.
From the shooting of JFK to the death of Elvis, from Princess Di's fatal car crash in Paris to the 9/11 attacks and the Bali bombing.
These days, television news is a high-tech whir of satellite crosses, graphics and images.
Good evening. A massive explosion on the Indonesian island of Bali.
It hasn't always been that way.
Elvis Presley died today.
When TV news began, it wasn't much more than reading a radio broadcast.
Mr. Harrison said employees of the Commonwealth Aircraft Corporation were feeling uncertain about their future employment.
But the one constant is how familiar we become with the newsreaders.
Good evening, David Johnston from London. Today, a city subdued after the emotional and physically exhausting funeral and burial of Diana, Princess of Wales.
Night after night, they're in our lounge rooms telling us what happened in the world that day.
As we go to air this evening, the future of China is in the balance.
And eventually, they all have to give their final sign-off.
Roger Clemson for 7 National News. Good night.
Please welcome those mostly unflappable, cool, calm and collected customers who never trip over their words and know how to pronounce Wagadugu and Boutros Ghali.
James Dibble, who pioneered TV news from 1950 to 1983.
Roger Clemson, a veteran of 35 years.
Who read the news from 1963 until 2005.
Richard Moorcroft, who presented the ABC News for 20 years.
And Australia's first female newsreader, Margaret Crosby.
Well, welcome everybody. Let me tell you, we're very nervous. And all these professionals around.
Never admit it.
Now, James, you were the first person to read the ABC News back in 1956.